Phoebe's being a little bit loud. What did you say?
I said you told me you want to share for 3/4 of an hour. Is that correct?
If you can keep it to under an hour, that's perfect.
Under an hour will do. Okay.
Under an hour.
Okay. So, dear children and parents, Shavua Tov, Chanukah Sameach. Thank you for joining us on this very special Zoom call, and thank you to Adam and Caroline for making it possible, and to Rabbi Portnoy for hosting as ever. I hope you can just about see that in my little picture. There's myself, and to my left-hand side immediately is my menorah, which we just managed to light a few minutes ago after a crazy rush back from shul, etc. And although this is not quite the Hanukkah we would always expect and hope it to be, and we've so much missed seeing you children at our children's services and coming to shul and being able to have the treats that we like to have together and to smile at each other, and be able to give out sweets. We're missing all of that so much, but it's great that we can have things like this and the pre-Rosh Hashanah chocolate lollipop and the Chol drive-through and the pre-Simchat Torah sweet drop-off and everything that we've been trying to do to tell you how much you all really matter to us. And Hanukkah is connected to the idea of chinuch, of education. And one of the things about education is that it's not just about sitting down as we do in school to learn lessons and to do things that we have to formally do in order to grow in education. But part of education is when you do things at home with your parents, with grandparents, if one's able to do so at this particular time, and that one's able to experience what it means to be a proud member of Am Yisrael. There's something unique about Hanukkah. First of all, the main part of the celebration of lighting Hanukkah lights is done in the Jewish home. And secondly, it's done in such a way, like my menorah here, which is shining out to the street, we unusually are doing something in the home which we want the whole world to know about. Sometimes it's good to be tsanua, to be private and to be modest. And sometimes we have to share the light of what we believe in an appropriate way with the world as a whole. And Hanukkah is a time when we learn what it means to share the light and the brightness and the inspiration and the pleasure and the joy of what it means to be part of Am Yisrael with the world as a whole. And that's why I want to thank Adam and Caroline once again for giving all of us an opportunity to come together this Motzei Shabbat by Zoom, at least in the best way we can. And I know in a moment or two, Rabbi Portnoy is going to lead us with his lovely children in Hadlakas Haneros, in the lighting of the Hanukkah lights. Tonight is the third night, and that's why we light 3 candles. Each night we light in increasing order, because one of the great lessons of Hanukkah is that whereas with presents that we get, we might get a bit bored with them, if not after a day or two, certainly after a week or two, certainly after a month or two, even the very best Hanukkah present. Does anybody want to tell me who's got a really special Hanukkah present? Hands up. Who wants to unmute and tell me about a special Hanukkah present they've got? Who's going to tell all of us about a Hanukkah present they've got? Who can tell me? Somebody? Be brave out there. What good Hanukkah present have you got? Anybody?
I got one.
Who's that?
I have a bowl of games.
You got a special tribe game, did you? A special game from Tribe? Is that what you got, Miss Collins? Was that Eden? Who was that? Who was telling me a special Hanukkah present they got?
No.
I got rollerblades.
You got rollerblades. That is amazing. And now you've gone so shy that you've gone jump to the next screen. So you got rollerblades. Anybody else got something else nice to tell me they got for Hanukkah? Who could tell me? Is somebody showing something there? Somebody showing off the Hanukkah presents. So,
I
yes, go on. What did you get? One of the Daniels?
get costume.
You got what?
A costume.
A costume?
Yeah.
What costume did you get? Superman? Showing my age there, aren't I? Okay, so you all got nice Hanukkah presents, but I want to tell you something. However nice they are, in a week or two, a month or two, you'll get used to them. The Hanukkah lights we light in increasing order to say we never get used to the light of Hashem. It gets better every day. However good today has been, tomorrow can be even better if we make it so. That's why we increase the lights of the Hanukkah light. In tefillah and in serving Hashem, it can always get brighter and even better. And it's going to get brighter and better for us because before too long, please God, we'll be back in shul together again, having our wonderful children's services and wonderful times together. So let's have that in mind as we light the Hanukkah lights together. Let's put our hands together for Rabbi Portnoy and family for Hadlakas Haneros for the Hanukkah lights. Big round of applause. Rabbi Portnoy, you there?
Yeah, we're all here. Good luck, Shabbat Tov, and a Freilich and Hanukkah to everybody. All I can say is thanks so much to Caroline, as Rabbi Ginsbury said, and to Adam for all the amazing activities that they do for all the children of Raleigh Close. And without further ado, here we go, third night Hanukkah. I'm just going to switch the video. Okay, everyone ready? Got your shamoshim? Yeah? Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvosav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Chanukah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim lavoseinu vayomim hahem bazman hazeh. Haneros halalu anachnu madlikim al hanisim v'al hashois v'al haniflos she'asisol avoseinu al yedei kol hanechagoshim v'chol shemaynas yemei Chanukah haneros halalu kodesh v'ein lanu reshus leishtamesh b'hem אלא לראות שם בבית כדי להודות לשם חג גדול עם יששכר וישוע יששכר ויענפלא יששכר. I want to hear everyone joining in. Ma'aseh Yeshua sing l'chana l'sameach V'sham tayda nesabeach li'ei tochim nabeach v'tzam nabeach hazekor b'shem mizmar Chanukah samizbeach hazekor b'shem mizmar Chanukah samizbeach ra'oi savanafshi v'yagoy toichikina ayay ne'erubakoshi v'zivon ha'fosega yadayna ha'itzias ha'skula kal parai v'chol zarai Yaduke Yavanim Sula Kachai Haviani Vegam Shom Loi Shokatati Yuvanoi Gesailani Kizarim Avadati Vayam Osati Kimacha Avarti Kates Pavel Zerubabel Decade shivin the shati carroy sky master roy speakers. I got given I'm a das of any salai left back of my kish. I got a signish pasta. Rosh Yemini say so. I my machisa. Right, but up the canyon up. And I Yavanim Mikbasu Olam. As I be Mekashmanim for to climb us make the light. Let him call Ashmanim. I mean, I saw Kanim. I saw Nesa Shashanim. Benay, Vina Yemesh, my now. Kavu Shiranim. Benay, Vina Yemesh, my now. Kavu Shiranim. Chatsoy Zerayan Kacheko. The correct case I issue on a kind master Mabotaka. May you marshal, Yakalanu Yeshua, the cakes in Hara, the Hayamon, but Salmon, how came on a Ryan Shiva, the Hayamon, but Salmon, how came on a Ryan Shiva. Happy Hanukkah, Hanukkah Sameach.
Happy Hanukkah, thank you.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Adam, over to you. It's chaos here. Over to you.
Thanks. It's not even over to me. So thank you for joining, everyone. Hopefully the majority of you got your donut tins and you're ready. And I'd like to introduce you to our chief donut baker, Jenny Hollander. Jenny? I saw her somewhere.
Hey everyone, can you hear me now?
Yes, there you go. You're on the side. You're sideways, but we can semi-see you.
Okay, well that's my my tripod is sideways. I apologize.
It's okay.
Okay. Welcome everyone. Happy Hanukkah. Now, I'm assuming you guys have all got your donut tins that you need. Perfect. Excellent. Okay. Fantastic. So if you guys have any questions or anything like that, put it in the comment box. I'll try and check the comment boxes every once in a while and see if you have any questions. If you want to unmute yourselves, you can as well. And we're going to get started. So you guys all have the recipe with you? Okay, I've printed it out as well. So if you've all got the recipe, we're going to get going. I'm going to put the camera onto the mixer. So you don't have to see me, you will see what the mixer is doing. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put all our dry ingredients into the mixer. Now you can either have one of these, which is a stand mixer, or a hand mixer is absolutely fine as well. So we're gonna start with a cup of flour. Okay. If you guys want to say anything, don't be shy. You can unmute yourselves, ask me any questions while we're doing this. If you need me to slow down, please let me know, and I will definitely slow down. So we start off with a cup of all-purpose flour. Again, for this recipe, guys, you can use any flour you like. If you want to use spelt flour, if you want to use whole wheat flour, all the flours are interchangeable. No, plain, not self-raising. You want to use plain flour. But again, you can use the spelt or whole wheat, anything like that. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put some sugar. Again, granulated or Costa sugar is fine. And we want 1/3 of a cup of that into the bowl. Okay, so we're going to do 1/3 of a cup of that into the bowl. Can I rotate my camera? It's difficult for me to rotate my camera because of my tripod. Just 1 second. Let me see what I can do here. I don't think I can. I'm sorry. The way my tripod is. I'm sorry, guys. Can you guys see the mixer? I know it's probably the other way, but can you see it? Yeah, I'm trying to get some technical help here. They want me to switch my camera, but I don't know how on the Zoom. that they want me to flip it 90 degrees. But I don't know how. Sorry, guys, we're gonna continue in a second. Let's see if we can get this technical. My phone needs to go that way, upwards. 1 second, let me try this. See if we can do it this way. Just give me a second, guys. Okay. Sorry about this. We will get it working. Do you know what? Can you ask Ellie for the other phone thing? Okay, we're going to continue. I'm going to try and get another part to the to the tripod, and I'll continue. I'll just hold the camera while we do it, so that's not a problem. So I'm just going to switch my camera around to the bowl. There we go. Okay, is that better, everyone? And I'm going to try and get the other piece. So the next thing we're doing is we need a teaspoon of baking powder. We need a teaspoon of baking powder into the bowl. Okay, I think we've got it. 1 second. Let's put the teaspoon of baking powder into the bowl. I took the half a teaspoon, so I'm just going to put another one in, and we've got that. Okay, now we're going to try this. Let's see if this works. Okay, let's see. Okay, is that better, guys? 1 second. I need to switch the camera back. There we go. Nope. Okay, forget it. Okay. No, but I can't. Sorry about this. Yes, but I need to do that. I can see the...
Just undo this.
That's fine. I'll show you that. That's fine. Okay, great. Okay, so far we have our flour, our sugar, and our baking powder in the bowl. The next thing we're going to do is the salt. Okay, so we want half a teaspoon of salt in the bowl there. Okay, so now we've got all our dry ingredients. Next thing is we've got 28 grams, 2 tablespoons of margarine or butter, whichever one you're using if you're making this milchiks. And we're going to just melt it in the microwave for 30 seconds. You just want it a little bit melted. Okay, so while that's melting, we can add the egg to our dry ingredients. So we've got 1 egg here. What's beautiful also about this recipe, that it's 1 bowl. We get it all done in 1 bowl, and then that's nothing else to clear up. So we've got the 1 egg, and we're going to put that into your dry ingredients. Okay. Once the margarine comes out. Okay, everybody with me? I'm going to check the comments. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, okay, I've got that. Okay, everybody with me? I'm waiting for some thumbs up. We're waiting for the margarine. Thumbs up, excellent. I see some thumbs up. Great, fab. Okay, so we're going to pour the melted margarine into the dry ingredients, and we're now going to put our mixer on. Okay, we're going to start mixing these ingredients together. If you want it to get, like, you'll see the egg, it's going to get all crumbly. You want to, like, speed it slowly, and then we're going to add the teaspoon of vanilla first before we add the milk. The milk is the last thing we're going to add. Okay, so we want a teaspoon of vanilla in. And now we're going to add the milk really slowly so we get a nice batter consistency. Okay, that's what you're going to want. I'm going to show you in a minute once we add the milk. So you want 1/3 of a cup of milk and 1 plus 1.5 tablespoons. So what I do is I normally like to keep my wet ingredients to my dry ingredients separately with my measuring. So I use a different measuring cup for my wet than I do. Now I'm making these parves, so I'm just using soy milk, but you guys, whatever you've got at home is fine. So we're going to do 1/3 of a cup of milk. There we go. and 1.5 tablespoons. And I'm just going to pour that into the cup there. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to start. Yeah, that's Alpro vanilla milk is fine. I'm using the plain Alpro milk, but whatever you've got at hand, it works. Okay, so we're going to have our mixture slow, and we're going to slowly add the milk into the batter until you get almost like a cake batter consistency. That's really what you want. So it's going to break up all the ingredients. And we're just going to make sure it goes a little bit faster there to get it all broken up. Get it all mixed in. Now, really, we could have probably doubled this recipe. Let's see how many donuts come out of this. We'll probably get about 3 donuts out of this, I reckon. But we can get, let's see. Okay, you want it really nice and incorporated. While that's mixing, we're just going to preheat the oven to 180. Yes, you can use almond milk as well. Absolutely, not a problem. Okay, so I'm going to, while I'm mixing, I'm just going to preheat my oven to 180. You can all do that now as well. And we're almost there. Great. Okay, now. It's a bit of a loose-ish batter, but you want, it's like a cake batter. Okay? So I reckon we're going to get, let's say, 3 donuts out of this. Maybe 4, depending on the size of that we've got these pans. So these are quite nice sized donuts. So you can see how quick it was. So we could do this again and you can make more donuts. You can double the recipe really, really easily. Now, either, is everyone with me? Or do you want me to, oh, wait a second. I think let me wait a second while I get everybody on. How's everyone doing? Any questions or anything yet? Let me see. I got that question about the almond milk. That's fine. Perfect. Okay. How's everyone doing? You guys are looking good. I can see some good licking of the beaters there. That means it's good. That's great. Okay. Before we want to do anything, we want to make sure that we spray the donut pan, okay? Because we don't want our donuts sticking. So get your spray oil, and we want to spray it really, really well. Okay. So we've got it all sprayed up. Now, there's 2 ways of doing this. I find the easiest way is that I put my batter into a piping bag and then pipe it into the holes, but you can use a spoon just as well. So we take a bit of the batter and we pour it. And you want to go about 1/2 to 3/4 of the way full, not all the way up because they will rise because we've got the baking powder in it. So you can see I've got, what if you don't have a special donut pan? If you don't have a special donut, these are great as like cupcake type things. So really, this is a cake donut. So it's like a cake consistency. So all the donut pan is doing is giving you the donut shape to give you the idea of a donut. So if you don't have an actual donut pan, you can use this with cupcake cases or small mini cakes. Okay, so I think this will have more, I think this will fill the pan, definitely. Looking at it now. Okay, so we want to fill them up with your spoon or your piping bag, whatever you have is easier. And then we're going to put these in the oven. Depending on your oven, it takes between 15 and 18 minutes in the oven, not that long. And while these are baking, we're going to do the toppings. Okay, so we're going to get these in. How's everyone doing? Are we good? Getting all the donut batter in. Great. Okay, I've got 2 more here. And there's plenty of batter in here. See, I underestimated. So we've got plenty here. You could probably get about 6 or 7 out of this. Okay. So again, filling them up about 3/4 of the way up. And there you go. Okay. So I'm just going to clean up my pan because I got a bit of drips on it, and I'm going to stick it in the oven. Everyone good? Are we all with me? Everyone's good? Thumbs up? Good girl. Thumbs up. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so these are going in the oven now. We're going to put the timer for 15 minutes, and then we're going to check them. And they might need a couple more, but we'll start off with 15 minutes. Okay, great. Okay, so we're going to put the batter stuff aside. We're going to start with the topping. Now, what I've decided to do here, which I thought would be quite fun, is we're going to do a basic glaze for your donut, which is going to be a good vehicle, okay, for your donut base. And then you can top it with whatever you want. We've got sprinkles. We've got cookies. So we can crumble the cookies up and put them on top. We've even got, if you've got your favorite cereal, oh, you got sprinkles. I can see sprinkles.
What's the temperature for the oven? Sorry.
Pardon?
What's the temperature for the oven?
180. 180 in the oven for 15 minutes. 15 to 18 minutes.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Okay, so like I was saying, so we've got, if you have your favorite cereal that you want to crunch up and put it on top also, that also works. If you've got like a colorful sprinkles, colorful cereal, anything like that. I like to call the one that I put the cereal, I like to call it my milk and cereal donut, which is so yummy. So your favorite cereal on a donut. Okay, so we're going to take a bowl and we're going to start off with 1/2 cup of icing sugar. Okay. Go with our icing sugar. Let's get 1/2 cup here. Yeah. Okay, so we've got 1/2 cup of icing sugar. Now, if you wanted to make this one chocolate and not vanilla, this is like a plain vanilla. If you wanted to make it chocolate, you could put about a tablespoon of cocoa into this mixture now, and then that you would get like a chocolate glaze with it. So if you want to do like chocolate milk and cereal, or chocolate, you prefer chocolate to vanilla. But this is a really great basic vehicle glaze for your donuts. Okay, so we've got 1/2 cup of that. Then we're gonna put 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. This is gonna give it a great flavor. Okay, so we want vanilla in there. There we go. 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. And we want some salt, okay? Really important to put salt because that counterbalances the sweetness. So we want 1/2 teaspoon, a little pinch of salt there into your thing. Now, again, any milk will do. I'm using soy. We start off with 1 tablespoon and then we work from there. You don't want it too runny, but you want it enough so that when you dip it, it doesn't stick. So we always start off with 1 tablespoon and we start mixing. And if you see if it's too thick, then you can continue to add a little bit more of the icing. Okay, but I think personally, I think 1 tablespoon is perfect. If you think it's a little bit too runny, you can add more icing sugar. I'm gonna add a little bit more icing sugar into this one. But again, play it by ear. You can see how it goes. That's the beauty, because if you get too much icing sugar, you can always add a little bit more milk. If you get too much milk, you can add more icing sugar. So I've just put about another 1/3 of a cup of icing sugar in the bowl. And I'm mixing it. And you want sort of like, you can see it's going to run off the spoon like that. So you want that sort of consistency. You want a nice thick glaze, but it's still running off the spoon. Okay, so you want a nice, can you see that thickness? Okay, let me put the bowl that way. Yeah, you can see that. So we want a nice thick glaze like that. So that's your vehicle for your toppings. Okay, are there any questions that you guys have anything while the donuts are still baking? If you guys have any cookery questions, any baking questions, it doesn't have to be about donuts. I'm happy to answer any questions. Okay, so there we have really, really nice gooey. Now, if you wanted to add to this lotus, you can add the lotus spread. You can add peanut butter. Does the glaze go? Let's see, yeah, once the donut is cooled. I'm gonna do it straight away so that you guys can see it, but feel free to let your donuts cool before you start. Because if you put this glaze on a hot donut, you'll see it's gonna run. It's gonna melt it a bit. But because for the purposes of what we're doing here, we are, and unfortunately I didn't have time before Shabbos to make donuts, which I had planned to do, but it's fine. It'll all, you'll see it'll all come out fine. So what you do once the donuts, we've got a few more minutes on those. Once they come out, then we can glaze it. But again, you can add so many different things to this sort of, you can add like a tablespoon of peanut butter if you like, and then top it with jam. So you have like a peanut butter and jam donut. You can add lotus, like I said. You can add Nutella or chocolate spread and make it a nice like hazelnut topping. Just whatever you add, if you see that it's getting too thick, then just add a little bit more of milk or soy milk and just loosen it slightly to make sure that you've got your nice glaze coming up, okay? So let me go check on the donuts that I've got there. They're doing really nicely. Okay. Okay, guys, I think what I'm gonna do while the donuts are baking, I have got, just so we can just keep this going, so we're not just standing around waiting for the donuts, I have got some donuts here that I made before Shabbos. These are actually already glazed. Okay, as you can see, what I did was I dipped it in the white first, and then I made some chocolate, and then I sort of took the chocolate and put a piping bag and just swirled it around like that. Okay, so what I'm going to show you is I'm going to dip these in this glaze here and then show you how I'm going to top it with my favorite cereal. Okay, so I'm going to take this donut here, which is already glazed a bit, and we're going to put it, what you're going to do is you're going to drop, I have another one to show you once your donuts are ready. But what you're going to do is you're going to drop your donut into the glaze. You're going to swivel it back and forth like that. And you're going to lift it. And you're going to let the excess come all the way off like that. And swirl. And then you've got your donut like that. Then I'm going to take the cereal. Open my cereal. And take a bit of my cereal. Let's see if I can turn the phone. Okay, I'm gonna answer that question in a second, but I'm just gonna scrunch up the cereal and put it on top like that. I'm gonna show you. And that is my cereal and milk donut, which is absolutely delicious. Okay, I just saw that someone asked a question, so I'm going to answer that question. Yeah, so the ones you usually buy in the store are yeasted donuts. Those are the ones that you fry that puff up the way you puff up so that you can fill them with jam and all sorts of delicious stuff. And those are made with yeast. That takes a lot of time because you have, it's like challah dough, which basically what it is, that you have to let the dough rise and then fry them and that sort of thing. So that's why we did something like this, which is a little different. It's more of a healthier version because we're not baking, we're not frying it, and it's a baked donut and it works much quicker. And when you're working with kids and doing something that you want to do as quickly as possible, this is a really good alternative to the regular donuts that we normally get, Gajinskis or Carmelis and stuff like that. So that's why we thought this would be a good option. So I've got here the cereal donut, which is absolutely delicious. Or you could really keep it simple and just do a sprinkle on it. We've got the hundreds of thousands, or we've got these yummy ones with chocolate inside. How are we doing? Is everyone doing well with making their icing? You can make different kinds, like I said before. If you wanted to do a couple of different toppings, you can do that as well. Now you wanted to add whatever food coloring. I can see someone's adding some food coloring to theirs. That's also good. You keep it white, add some color, make them really bright. I'm gonna go check on the donuts that I've got. Let's see how we're doing. Yeah, those are doing good. Okay, I got another 5 minutes or so on those. Right, is there anything else anyone wants to, let's see if there's any other questions. How's everyone doing? Let's see. Okay. Right. Okay. We're doing good here. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to tidy up a little bit and we'll wait for the other ones to come out while you guys are all making your icings. Okay. Okay, how many more minutes do you guys have on your donuts? Let's see, I've got about 3.5 minutes left on mine. You have 4 minutes left on yours? Great. Miss Lewis, is that correct? Excellent, okay. So, there we go. I want to hear from you guys. Okay, someone wrote 9 minutes. Okay, that's fine. I want to hear from you guys what toppings you're using. So maybe undelete you guys. Okay, Jake and Gabe, unmute yourself and tell me what toppings you're using.
We're going to use edible crayons.
Oh, can I see those?
Sprinkles.
Ooh.
Then we're going to use some chocolate chips.
Yum. Where did you get edible crayons from?
Tapua.
Ooh, very good. Yum. That's exciting. Ooh, okay. Excellent. Okay, who else? Miss Lewis. I don't know your first name, so tell me, what are you using? Jake, do you want to unmute yourself? Perfect.
I'm using some sprinkles.
Yeah. Oh, are you using chocolate sprinkles?
Yeah.
Yum.
And chocolate chips.
Okay, fabulous. Okay, Madam Miss Barron. What are you using?
What are you using? What are you putting on? Dreidel sweets.
Dreidel sweets. Now those look yum. Are those like
With what colour icing are you using?
pink? Of course, pink. Of course, for the princess. Right. So who else do we have here? Let's see. So the Berkeleys. What toppings are you guys using?
We're doing different toppings. We're doing lemon, salted
Ooh.
caramel. We did just a purple one, and my dad's doing whiskey.
Oh, very nice. I like that. Okay. Now, Mia, is it Mia Slonim? What topping are you using? Can you unmute yourself? Do you know how? No? Okay. What about the cars? What toppings are you guys using?
Go on, tell them. What toppings are we
Go
using?
on, what toppings are you using?
We're using different colours. So we've got
Ooh.
blue
And pink.
and pink.
Ooh, are you gonna swirl them together?
Oh, and that's a good idea. Yeah, we'll give that a try.
If you take a toothpick and then you put one on top of the other, then you can swirl it together.
Ooh, we'll try
and
that.
make them really nice, like a tie dye, which is very popular at the moment.
Yeah, we'll try that.
Try that. Okay, excellent. Who else do we have on here? Let's see, Aviva. Let's see, what toppings are you using? Where's Aviva gone? Oh, she's not there anymore. Where is she gone? Nope. Yeah, okay. Who else is there? Who else? Let's see. The Stimlers, Leah Rose. What toppings are you using?
We're using chocolate chips
Yum.
and some cereal.
Some cereal. What cereal is your favorite cereal? What are you using? Oh, that's my other. Which one?
Fritos.
Wow, yum. Okay, let me check on my donuts. Let's see if they've come out there ready. They might need a few more minutes, I think. Let me check on them. And then we'll get back to you guys. Yeah. Yeah, mine need a couple more minutes in my oven. I'm gonna put them for 2 more minutes. Yeah, we're gonna put those for 2 more minutes. Who else do we have here? Let's see, someone's just made a comment. Let's see. Okay, you have 5 minutes up. That's fine. That's good. Okay, the Wilmans. What are you using?
We're using crushed up biscuits.
Okay.
And chocolate chips and marshmallows.
Oh, marshmallows. That's good. And what else?
Sprinkles.
Ooh, those are good. Okay, and the Aitkins. What donuts are you guys? What toppings are you using?
Unmute.
Yeah, go. No, unmute yourself again. You did? No, you're still muted. There you go. Okay, so what toppings are you using?
We're using sprinkles, pink icing, and salted caramel spreads.
Oh, yum. Salted caramel is my favorite. Yum. Excellent. Okay, we got Jacobson's. What are you guys using? What toppings are you using? You want to unmute yourself?
We're using Lotus biscuit and Nutella.
Yum. Excellent. Excellent. Great. Okay, anyone else want to tell me what toppings you're using while we wait for the donuts to finish? And then I've got a minute left on mine, and we're going to, I think I'm going to do a combination of my 2 sprinkles that I've got here. I'm going to do the hundreds and thousands and these chocolate coated ones as well. There's dreidel sweet ones. Those sound really good, actually. But there we go. So we've got our glaze here waiting. And let's get that. Oh, there we go. There's the oven. Okay. Now let's hope these come out. We're going to put them. Now these are going to be hot, so you're going to wait. When yours come out, you're going to wait till they cool down before you put your toppings on. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over. I've got a baking sheet here that I'm going to flip my donuts onto so that hopefully they'll come out because I sprayed them. Let's see. Have they come out? Yep. Some haven't. Yep. Okay, last one. Just going to give that one a bit of a nudge here to come out. Get this out here. You need to if they don't come out straight away, all you have to do is use a knife to just try and get it out like that. But that's fine. And they'll come out and they'll be looking like that. There you go. That's what they look like. Okay, that's the plain donut. like that. I'm going to put this here. Okay. All right. So this is what they look like as they come out. Okay, so they're like, you can see it's like a spongy consistency. It's like a cakey. Oh, excellent. Okay, I can see yours. Really good. Okay, you have mini ones. I love that. Okay, so that's the cakey consistency. Now what we're gonna do, now mine, they are still a bit warm to ice, but just for the efforts of what we're doing here, we're going to pop it inside the bowl, like I said before, and we're gonna swivel back and forth to make sure that it's all iced. And you're gonna let the excess run off, and then you've got your donut. And while the icing is still not set, you wanna put either your sprinkles or your chocolate chips on top so that they stick to it. So I'm gonna do half, this one with the hundreds and thousands, and half with the other one, with the chocolate coated candy. Okay, and then just like that. Okay, and then you can see, you've got now the icing is running off this. You can see I did half and half, and really you can be as creative. And I loved what I heard, some of the Nutella ones and the cereal, salted caramel. You guys, fantastic. I want to thank you guys for having me. I hope everyone had a lovely time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Adam. Nice
Thank
to
you.
see everyone. And
It's just,
enjoy your donuts and happy
Thank you.
Hanukkah.
One quick reminder to everyone, Rabbi Courtney just wants me to remind everyone that there's the Tribe Drive-In on Thursday night. Details are in the group. Thank everyone for joining. Chag Sameach.
Thanks so much, Adam. Thank you. Happy
Bye.
Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. Bye.
Bye.
Do not touch it. It's burning. I should put it near you.
How do we leave?
Okay,